Why is it the second district is the poorest district in the nation? And why is it that we have such a high crime rate? And why is it that we have some of the schools are listed as some of the most failing schools and challenging our children? It's just a simple question.
Well, it's a four-part question, but let me be clear. This is my first time meeting my opponent. My opponent cannot vote in the second district. You understand? So for whatever reason he's running, whoever put him up, they at least should have allowed him to find somewhere in the second district to call home. He lives in Meridian, Mississippi.
Oh my God.
Meridian, Mississippi is 100 miles from the second district. Well, so I think that's what he asked. 120 miles. So I hope you don't allow yourself to have somebody who come in and do this to you. We all deserve better. Wait.
Hey, sir, you're interrupted. You listen to respond to it.
Now, if I say anything that's improper, then...
No, but I think you're not being fair. You're talking about like a dog for 35 minutes, and it gives me 2 minutes to respond.
No.
Constitution says Article 1, Section 2, that
Let me say this. This is not your night. We didn't know you was coming. So let me say this. We didn't know you were coming. This is Congressman Thompson night. So we have allowed you, we've been fair to you, we've allowed you to speak, and we want you to listen as he responds to what you asked. Not to debate him, but to listen. You respond to what you came up and made some statement, he's trying to answer them, and you won't listen. Okay? So this is his night. You understand me, sir? Okay. All right.
Thank you. Now, those of us who live in the second district, we know very well why we are in the situation we're in. It is clearly a situation where in the early 30s and early 40s, those individuals in charge decided that what they wanted to do was allow people to work in the field for $2 and $3 a day rather than bring industry to this community. We had chairmen of committees who could have put military bases in this district. But they said, no, if we bring military bases to this district, it's going to take people out of the field. Now, you know that. So now, I don't accept the responsibility of where we are. I didn't create it. You didn't create it. But I have worked to improve it. Let me tell you that. Every educational program, whether it's Title I, whether it's food and nutrition service for children, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, I have worked to improve the quality of life. Social Security, I have never voted to cut Social Security because it's a safety net. The Tea Party folks are trying to say they want to privatize it. I don't want it. I am not going to vote to privatize it. So many people I know depend on Social Security. That's the only check they have.
All right.
As long as we've had Social Security in this country, we've not had one check to bounce. Not one. Out of the millions of checks that we send, not one to bounce. So it's a safety net program. Now, what am I doing for the future? When President Obama promoted the stimulus package, there were educational programs in there. I supported the stimulus package because the only way you're going to get off the bottom is to invest in the problem. And so I'm committed to making sure that every educational opportunity our young folks receive, they get. So if you look at the dollars that come to this district versus others, we holding our own. And I think it's because people understand And in order to get off the bottom, we have to do that. Now, we have any number of elected officials. We have senators, representatives, supervisors, mayors, aldermen. And see, the inference is, whatever this district is, and I told you you was going to hear this, Bennie Thompson created it. And see, you just heard it tonight. And that is not true. You know, I went to Bolton Public School. Not because I wanted to, but it's because the white folk who ran the system wouldn't allow me to go to Bolton School. I never had a new textbook my entire public school career. But you know, my mama said, if you read this book and if you get your lesson, you can be something one day. And so I did that. I worked at Tougaloo. I washed windows at Tougaloo. I drove a bus at Tougaloo. My mama couldn't afford to send me to school. I borrowed money to go to school. So you know, it's important for people to understand just what people have been through. And I didn't leave like you did. I stayed here and I wrestled with it. And I'm committed to doing it, and I'll continue to stay. But I want to help. And so I can tell the story, you know, but I want to tell the story to folk who stay. You know, I don't want to tell the story to a gypsy.